Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing great. In today's video, I'll show you how you can define a user-defined object or a table or a new menu item within the SAP's standard documents. For example, you want to have a screen to store something related to your products or maybe something that is an extra information related to your customers, or maybe you want to have a complete new document that is something like get inward pass or store inward pass between the purchase order and goods received note. So to define the new object or table, uh, in SAP Business One, you don't have to follow a lot of steps. It's very simple as long as you are clear about the requirement what you are looking for. So first of all, you need to define a user-defined table. And if you are looking to have an object with header and rows like a standard document in SAP where you have header details, then you need to define two different tables, one for header and one for rows. After defining the tables, you need to define the user-defined fields which are needed in each table. And then you need to register that table as an object in SAP Business One. I'll define an object in SAP. So let's have a quick look. So for example, I want something to store student information, and in this form I will have a header and a row also. So I'll define the user defined table in the tools, customization tools, user defined tables. So let's say std underscore h student header, and I will choose the object type. So I will use it as a document because it will be a header. If it's something like a master data, I can select the master data and master data rows for the child table also. The difference between master data and document is just the information. There is no difference in the functionality. So let's say this is a master data, and I will define a child table also. Std dash rows. I'll say student details, and this one is master data rows. Now the next step is I need to define the fields which I want in these tables. So to define the fields, again go to tools, customization tools, user defined field management, user tables, and find out your table which you defined few seconds ago. So it's here student header and student details. So let's say in the student header I want name, let's say student name, and this is alphanumeric field with 50 characters, and it's not a mandatory field. I can select the structure type also. I'll simply add it. Then let's say I need date of admission. So I'll say date of admission, and the field type in this case will be date time. And again, it's not a mandatory field. I don't want any valid values here. I'll simply click on add. Example, I want to reference each student with a GL account. So I can define a GL account field also, and I can link it to the entities, to the system objects, and these are all the objects which can be linked with any UDF. If an object doesn't exist here, there are some other workarounds like you can use an FMS tool to show the available list of values from another table in a field. So for example, accounts. Now similarly in the student details, for example, I need class, okay, and if I want to have valid values, let's say 1, okay, 2, so this will appear as a drop down in the field of the class. Okay, so once I'm done with defining all the fields, I can go to tools, customization tool and object registration wizard. So this is where I will register the object as a menu item. It will appear in SAP Business One menu. If I don't register it as an object, it's still accessible in the user defined windows. I'll simply click on next. I will add a new object. Okay, my type is master data, unique ID, I'll say student, and the name is, let's say, student underscore data, and the table I will choose here is the student header. We will select the child table in a different step. Then the features I want, let's say find, I want to have the feature of delete, cancel, or I want to maintain the log of this object. If I want to, if I want this document to appear in the menu, I'll choose a default form and header line style menu item. Okay, where I want this item, let's say I want it in business partner, and where exactly I can select here where exactly I want, or I can simply choose place at bottom and it will be at the end of the business partner within the business partner module. And the menu caption will be student underscore data. And the fields which I want to show in that form. There are some predefined system fields. I don't want them on the screen, so I will simply choose the fields I defined. So student name, date of admission, and GL, and I can change the sequence of field from these arrows as well. And then I'll choose the child object, the rows or detailed table. Okay, once again I will choose the fields, and once I'm done, I will simply click on the finish. And if I go to business partner, a student data document is available, and if I click on the GL account, I can see the full list of all the active GLs in the chart of account. Okay, and I can see I have the drop down in the class. So if I want to have more values in the class at a later phase, again I have to go to customization, user defined field management, and update the same field with the more values. So I'll simply save. Okay, this code is a default field. Whenever we define an object with master data, this field appear. It's a sequential code, something like numbering series. Let's say student name is Ali, date of admission is, for example, today, GL account is this one, class is 2, and I'll simply click on add. As I mentioned, this code is something which is like numbering series. You can have an FMS to have an automatic numbering, or you can simply mention the student name also if you want to have unique student name or unique code for each entry. And if I want to find something, it's the same like business one. I can always search based on the header fields. Thank you very much for today's video. Please like, subscribe and share.